Okay, just here to give an update. Um, as I said, my boyfriend and I discussed having the wedding at the zoo. The only reason I'm still referring to him as a boyfriend rather than a fiance is it's not official. We were he plans on his next visit to propose, so it'll be official then. um, but yeah, we've discussed and talked about it. It being at the zoo though. Um, the wedding, and means that he lives in a different country than me. Pretty much having to handle things and look at event areas, and then send him videos or pictures, and discuss it with him and see what he likes. And well, it looks like we've got an event area picked out at the zoo, exactly where we want it to be now. Um, so yeah, I went to the zoo yesterday and went and looked at the event areas, and my mom and baby sister, of course, had to uh, tag away. I'm not, I can't really remember what the excuse was, but the truth is she just doesn't want to be around me, and that's the truth. Has to act like I'm the horrible one. Um, truth is, I think my baby sister might be a little jealous that I'm getting married first and she's not. Uh, so for all I know, that's why they walked away. Honestly, I don't know, so don't go quoting me and saying that she is jealous. I don't know. I just kind of got a suspicious feeling. There's just a feeling inside that says she is. And she's just kind of spoiled and angry that I got someone first and not her. Um, it's just, I think it's kind of silly because she's much younger than I mean, she's like 4 years younger than I am. And so far, my sister, who is the second oldest from me, uh, got married. Then my brother got into a relationship, and he's the youngest. He's the baby. Um, and then finally me, the oldest, found somebody, and she's, the second baby of the family. So, um, just the fact that two of my younger siblings got into a relationship before me, and one got married. Honestly, I just don't understand why she would be jealous. Why she would feel like all her siblings got into a relationship with her first. It's like kind of the baby of the family. I'm the oldest, so I've been waiting a lot longer, and you know, and patiently too. I've been waiting a lot longer than you. Um, and I never threw any tantrums or fits or got jealous over anybody. Sure, it hurt not to be wanted, but I wasn't jealous of anybody or, spiteful or mean or didn't want to support my friends or family that, were getting married or falling in love. Of course I did. Um, you know, uh, so yeah, I don't get why she would be so jealous when she's, mid 20s, still pretty young. Um, Honestly, I think the only thing keeping her from being in a relationship is because she needs to learn to communicate, needs to talk to people, open your mouth, and needs to be a little more open to a man, flirting with you a little bit. Um, Not being a man whore, but just, flirting a little bit, giggling and, like, oh, you're cute, stuff like that. So I'm not saying that she has to be open to this guy just sitting there catcalling her and being an ass. Just be a little open to somebody thinking you're cute. That's all. But like her usual, she wants to figure out a way to blame others for why she doesn't have what she wants. Uh, when she gets everything anyhow. um, and kind of expects it to be dropped in her lap. And, is probably angry with me because I found somebody to love me. Um, and she probably thinks it was just dropped in my lap. Not understanding the work and effort that really goes into it. Uh, yeah, so it's kind of sad, but I can't say that for certain that she's jealous. It's just a feeling, when you have a sister or a sibling, you just know them. And there's certain little expressions they have sometimes that you can just read off of. So I'm suspicious of it, but I'm not certain of it. So I'm not going to sit there and say that she is. Just saying I think she is. Um, so of course she does not want to go, and so I'm guessing that might have been why my mom and my baby sister took off at the zoo and didn't go look at the event areas with us. Um, which was okay. I kind of didn't want them there. To be honest, because my mom had already proven herself to be really bitchy, and she did it again that day. So I was like, yay. So, I was glad that she didn't go to the event areas with me. I did not expect it was going to be peaceful. And my dad, he went with me only because I need someone with me so I don't get lost. Um, he overtalked me a few times and asked some really weird damn questions. Like the zoo, they'll provide animals that can be there, for extra cost, at the wedding. My dad asked if there was going to be wolves. I'm not really sure why he asked that. I kind of figured it would be the typical, small things that they let you touch from time to time. I did not think they would have wolves out there, you know. But, I guess it's not really a bad question. It was harmless, a little weird, but harmless. So, but he did keep over talking me and, a few times, and, which was really rude. And I admit that the zoo, the lady that, is handling the events and everything is really getting on my nerves. And I kind of plan on just being very blunt with her next time I meet up with her. Uh, which will probably be when we get a date set and everything for a wedding. Um, because I don't like the way she handles things so well. I mean, she's friendly, yes, but she avoids mentioning the price. She did not give me the price of the event. She just told me it was $30 per person for catering, and that it had to be for at least 75 guests. So at this point, we'd already communicated back and forth over email and whatnot, so I already knew she was not a straightforward person. So I got on my phone and, did the math real quick, and I'm like 75 times 30, to get an idea of how much this would cost. Um, and then finally, when we are done with the lady in the event area, um, I finally take a look at the papers that she had given me, to find that, there was cost she was definitely not telling me about. She, clearly just was avoiding giving costs, and really annoys me because I feel if you're doing business with somebody, you're eventually going to have to tell me the price at some point because you want me to buy this. You're going to have to tell me. So please be straightforward with me. Don't weave around the bush. Keep don't be, dishonest with me or not give me the complete truth, because you're going to annoy me and I likely will not purchase from you because I don't trust you then. So yeah, the lady had already proven herself to not really be a completely honest person, uh, in particularly with the prices. So, pretty much now that I pretty much had to just use my wits about me and, you know, add the math all by myself and everything, being she had not given me the prices at all. In fact, when asked about the prices, she would literally just answer a different question and all in all, try to ignore the fact that I had even asked the question. So it was very annoying. But kept, smile, kept it pleasant, and just, looked through the papers when I was in the car. And all in all, it's going to come to about around $4,000 as long as we don't try to purchase the bar or the animal entertainment or something else I can't remember. There was something else involved, but as long as you don't try to purchase the little extra things, um, it should come to about $4,000. Truth be told, I don't think I want us to purchase the person to perform the marriage ceremony. Um, I mean, I guess you could just say me, and my boyfriend both are a little bit. If we could save the money, we will. The woman was telling me that the tablecloths are going to cost $17 a piece. I was like, "Am I okay to go buy my own tablecloths?" And she's like, "Yeah, that's fine." So I was honestly trying to look for everything I could that I could just buy on my own. I'm like, Party City, $2 plastic tablecloths. I'm good with that. I don't want $17 leaden tablecloths. Not made of money. So yeah, you get it. So, yeah, kind of it seems like me and my boyfriend definitely decided we're gonna have it at the zoo at that event area. But when it comes to that time, I'm definitely going to just be blunt with that woman and let her know that, be completely honest with me. I want to know how much I have to prepare to pay for. Um, because that's honestly how I handle people that are not being completely honest with me. I will just be very blunt with them. I'm not rude or mean, but I will be very blunt with them and just let them know, look, be straightforward with me, because if you don't, the likelihood is I'm going to say no and walk away. The likelihood of me saying no this time, though, is not likely, simply because there's another person now I have to take into thought, and my boyfriend would really, really like the zoo, as would I, and his family seems to really like the idea too. So it seems like the zoo is set a decision that's where we're gonna hold it. But as I said, I do not like it when people are not being completely honest with me. So I'm probably just going to be very, very blunt with the woman. Just let her know that be honest with me. And quit weaving around the prices, because I need to know those in order to be prepared. You hiding the prices is not going to make me more likely to pay. In fact, it's going to make me be very discouraged. I want to know the pros and cons, and I want to know what I have to be prepared for. I need to know the price so I can be prepared to pay in full of what you desire. Um, so yeah, I'm just going to be blunt with her, and I don't know if she's going to like that. For the most part, I haven't had much negativity with people when I'm very blunt with them like that. A few times this has had to occur where I will get very blunt with somebody and just let them know, look, you need to be completely honest with me. I don't like that you're not being completely honest, and, I can see right through it. I'm not angry with you, but I need you to be completely honest. And, for the most part, I would say that works, unless the person is just a deceptive liar. Then they do not like being asked to tell the truth, and they will throw a tantrum. But aside from that, when it's just a business person and, they're trying to use business tactics, and, they're not a liar, but, they're a good, honest person, they just have really bad tactics. For the most part, I would say they're respectful about it, and they seem to understand, and they're like, okay, I get it, you're just one of those people that, you weigh your pros and cons, and you can't just be sold because something looks good. You believe everything has a pro and con to it. You just want to know, do the pros for you personally outweigh the cons? Which is the truth about me. Which is why I have difficulty with people, because they want to just make a package look pretty and sell it to you. And in general, that works on most of the population. They see something pretty and they don't honestly think of the pros and cons. They just think it's pretty and they want to buy it. I, on the other hand, my family had done wholesale, and so, I understood some business tactics, and, for me personally, I'm just kind of a logical person. I do think everything has a pro and con. I just want to know, do the pros personally outweigh the cons for me? um, so, when there's a salesperson, it's always best just be honest with me. Don't try to hide the cons. Just be honest with me because I know they're there, but some of them I can tolerate and some of them I can't. And I will not purchase from you if I am not given the cons. And that really is who I am. And sometimes it annoys salespeople, and some of them respect that. And I think that's because they're also a sales folk, so they understand reading into those. Um, Pretty much they can't be sales pitched because they are a salesperson, so they know what that's like. So when they meet another one, some of them respect that, and they're like, okay, I get it, you want the pros and cons. Alright, I'll give that to you. And then there's some that they just can't respect it. So, out of past experience and knowing what that's like, when it comes time to planning the wedding and paying down the deposit for a set date at the zoo, yeah, I'm just pretty much gonna be blunt and honest with her and be like, stop being, not completely honest. I know you're not lying, but you're not being completely honest. So please stop that because that is not a good sign to me, and I don't like working with that. Um, so yeah, I don't want to be that blunt, but sometimes you got to. Uh, so yeah, it wasn't that bad at the zoo, but that was a little frustrating and very annoying. Um, but I am glad I have my wits about me, so I can figure out that it's going to cost about $4,000. Um, I say about because there's also the other cost about me getting my own tablecloths. To my knowledge, they provide the decorations. And to my knowledge, they provide the catering. So that's not, uh, you know. So after the payment of the $4,000, that's already all taken care of. But I'll have to get my own tablecloths, and I'm fine with that. Um, and we'll probably have to pay for the um extra hundred to be able to extra $100 to be able to have somebody play music from an iPod. Um, because I think it's gonna be difficult to find, somebody to play music. So might go for that one. But as for the extra cost of petting animals and having a alcohol, I think gonna just skip on that because everybody has to drive to the zoo and then they have to drive back. So don't want everybody drunk. That you have to pay for security. So there's more money involved with that. And you get it. Just not made of money, so trying to save what little bit you can at this moment. Uh, so yeah, but all in all, I found out the price all on my own by just using plain wits and going over the papers and the prices on my own. Um, that were provided. That she was not very honest about, or which is annoying, but nonetheless, I still figured out the pricing, and added the math up. Uh, and so after all that was settled, and discussing that with her, um, I went over to my mom because she just happened to be in one of the event areas because it's open to the public. The wedding can't be performed until the zoo is closed, so for guests, if they want to go to the zoo, they have to go before the wedding, not after the wedding, because the zoo by then will be closed. The event area will be open, though. Um, So the event area, is open to the public. I mean, open to the um, guests of the zoo, paying customers, because it's a cafe. So um, there was my mom and my baby sister sitting there eating fries and I guess hamburgers. Um, so I went over to her, and this was before I looked over the papers and thought it was going to cost around 3,000 or a little below 3,000. Uh, and my mom thought that was good, that was great. And then, then as we got into the car, then all of a sudden her tune changed. I mean, she, as I said, she can be two-faced. We get in the car, and immediately she's like, "Oh, I don't think I like it having it at the zoo. I think it's too expensive. I think I can find a better place than the zoo for you." So it was back to telling me, how I would want my wedding, where I would want my wedding, and it's like, you know, just moments ago you high-fived me and said it was great, and now you've just all of a sudden said it's too expensive and this and that. Um, so that's what she does. Honestly, it's just two-faced. I mean, she's one person one moment, and the next it's a whole other person. Um, and inside the zoo, my baby sister decided to be a little bit of a bitch to me. Um, from time to time, I need her to slow down when we're walking because I have high arches in my feet, and it literally feels like my feet are tearing on the inside. It freaking hurts, and it hurts really bad. I mean, they feel like they are tearing. There's no other way to put it, and it is just very painful. And my baby sister doesn't mind slowing down for people. She'll slow down for my mom. She'll slow down for friends. But for me, though, she always just gets very cranky. And, her and my mom both sat there harassing me and trying to humiliate me because people at the zoo, they don't know what's going on inside me physically that they can't see. All they see is a young person complaining that their feet hurt. Uh, you know, so they don't know there's a lot more going on inside my body. Things that you can't see physically. They can't see what's going inside my feet at that moment. They can't see what's going on. And most people, they see someone who's young complaining that they're in pain. And they honestly just toss it off in general because they're like, well, you're young. You shouldn't be in pain. You shouldn't this or that. It's like, well, shouldn't and what's going on are completely two different things. So, um, life ain't fair sometimes. You can be young and you're gonna go through pain. So my mom, my sister sat there harassing me, humiliating me, and telling me to, just stay where you are then. Stop moving. And they know I can't wander around on my own. I have no sense of direction. I need somebody there. Because people don't know I have Asperger's, so they don't know that. So all they hear is a whiny young person. They can't see what's in my head either. It's not physically there to be seen that there's something wrong with my feet or something, disabled in my mind. Um, which, it hurts and it makes it more hard on me because people are just very judgmental and, they can't physically see. And my baby sister and my mom both know what's going on with my feet, and they both know what's in my head. And yet they take advantage to sit there and harass and humiliate me. Um, and I think they know very well that people are just going to see a young person complaining. They're not going to know I have Asperger's or that the webbing in my feet is stretching out uh, to a point that it feels like it's tearing and it hurts a lot. Um, so they take advantage of that. And, and my mom later on when we were at Walmart decided to do that harassment again. And then again tried to act like I was an angry person. Had to ask my baby sister to slow down again. and they were just acting like I was being pathetic and whiny, and um, then my mom says, "Oh, stop it! She's just going to get angry with you, and we'll never hear the end of it in the car." So turned it in on me again, like I'm some ugly, angry person. So yesterday, all in all, was actually really not a good day. I'm glad I found an event area. I'm glad that me and my boyfriend made a decision, and I look forward to spending the rest of my life with him. I really do. He's an amazing, amazing, beautiful man, and I love him very much. He's just incredible and wonderful. Um, so I am glad about that. But as for people not being honest with me, and then my mom being two-faced, and then my mom and my baby sister humiliating me, both because they know they can, in public, and no one's going to question anything. So all in all, that was really hard to deal with yesterday. Um, I'm just gonna stay off my feet today and try to stay home. Let my feet heal up a little bit after the pain they were in yesterday. I mean, it was bad. It was very bad. Um, but you have no choice but to walk sometimes. You just got to keep dealing with it. But I'm home now, and it's a new day, so I'm gonna take a break. But yeah, that's the update about how things are going. Um, Crappy, but on a positive note, I got an event area with my boyfriend that we've decided we're gonna hold the wedding. So that's a positive, and I definitely look forward to that. I really, really do. So yeah, I guess I'm done with my update, and you have a good morning, a good afternoon, or good evening, and goodbye now.